And with that, the 2024 season comes to an end. Good night.
Welcome back to the last video this year, guys. As you can hear by my voice, I am sick. I got a very, very hard cold. And yeah, so I go sick out of the year and sick into the new year. Great thing. Anyways, so as last year, we are now going into the yearly recap of moddeds that I've built and my little impression for the moddeds. So how about we just jump into the first quarter of 2024, January to March. In January, I completed one model, which was the Rebel Panzer 4 Ausführung J, Mark J. A very nice model kit, very old, from early 2001, older than me. But the title back then is now outdated. I've got even older model kits now in my possession that I will build next year. After all, it was a nice little build. It's a classic Revell Panzer 4. It gives you a very great nostalgia feeling when you were around when these kits released, or when you got the 1/72nd scale Revell kits during the 2000s, like I did. And yeah, I really love this tank, and that's it for January. In February, I didn't finish a single model. I started laying down my Bismarck on February 14th, the original launch day of the real ship. And I haven't finished her up until April. Here you have a finished pic from the top view with a censored swastika because YouTube, you know. And that's it for February. And in March, I took a break from the Bismarck construction and finished a small Japanese light tank, the Hago, Japan's small warrior. Really loved building this kit. It was very nice. The company, I think it's IBG from Poland, has great details for such a small scale. They give you photo etch, and it costed me like 13 bucks. So that's nothing. I mean, if you compare to Revell or Dragon 1/72nd scale, okay, Dragon you maybe get some photo etch, but you're paying like 20 euros now, and some details are shitty. And this one was great overall. From the same company, more moddeds are going to be featured next year on my channel, and who knows, maybe more Japanese tanks. Now entering the second quarter of 2024, many stuff happened. I moved into my first own apartment, which was nice. But I also built some moddeds and some dioramas. One you can see right here. It's my 1/1200 scale Operation Juno diorama featuring Gneisenau, well, Scharnhorst from looks, but it is supposed to be Gneisenau from the box art. I explained it in my video. And yeah, first time using lights on a diorama, and first time making a high seas diorama. Yes, the water looks more like your ordinary, well, beach vacation, shallow waters, but that's fine. Next diorama will be better. And in May, I built two things. We start with a diorama, the Battle of Berlin diorama 1944, the Endkampf, the final fight for the Greater German Reich, basically. I bought many different figures, some Italary winter figures, of course, because I needed some guys with the, switchable, the Winterwendejacken and STG 44s, but I also bought Volkssturm units, and I think I did a great job depicting the battle, and it's the final days of the war in Europe. You have old men and whoever you could find that was able to fight for the Führer and, well, denying the capture of the city by days, leading to many civilians and wounded struggling even more, and many deaths on both sides. We have like 2 Wehrmacht soldiers here, and the rest is just the Volkssturm, the militia. And I also got into Warhammer tabletop. You can see 3 flamethrower Space Marines, Ultramarines. I completely forgot the name of the unit right now. This is like a beginner set, with some colors, a little paintbrush, and 3 minis. I fell in love with the easy assembly and painting of those minis. And after I finished them, I actually bought more Warhammer figurines that I'm still painting to this very day. I haven't finished them yet, but next year there will be a Warhammer video on the channel because I bought so many minis, which is a great thing. In June, I told you I moved into my first apartment, which was the end of June. So the entirety of the month was, spent with packing my clothes, packing my stuff, packing my model kits, especially the build ones. Many got damaged and still are damaged today because I haven't fixed them yet. Kind of lazy on that part. But I started one model kit which will reach into the third quarter of 2024, which is the Crusader tank that you can see here. It's an Italy kit with figures. I got it for like $20. I really loved building it, and it got me into 35th scale modeling. I mean, yes, I have many 35th scale models in my possession, but I was, since the start of the channel, more like the 72nd scale or like the 350 scale for Navy. And this tank, it's still on my desk, and I look at it right now while I record the voice line. It turned out very great with very little effort. Nice build. And this tank and some other Crusader variants from Italy are going to be featured next year as well. Or like in the next years, maybe. Not sure if I get it for $20 again with figures. So, and for July, I haven't started anything yet. But in August, I presented you one of the most clicked videos on my channel. Little fun fact. It's the Cat of Kursk, the Panther Osrig D, the first version of the Panther, which was introduced which was first used in the Battle of Kursk. And yes, we've talked about this kit in the video. I've talked about the plans. And in 2025, you should keep your eyes out. The Cat of Kursk is returning. And it's going to bring some friends. And after I finished the Cat of Kursk in August, I started work on another tank that was featured in the Battle of Kursk in 43, which is my all-time favorite tank/tank destroyer of the entire existence of tanks in the first place, the Ferdinand tank destroyer. It's a Porsche, and yes, mostly because it's a Porsche, but I also like it. It's a mobile bunker with a 88 that was able to knock out more T-34s in defense than it's supposed to use in infantry support, knocking out bunkers, fortifications, trenches, or tanks that try to counterattack. To this day, this tank has the highest KDA of all World War II tanks. And now we are approaching the fourth and final quarter of 2024. And oh boy, this quarter was plagued with model kits and with management difficulties from my side. I started with a 72nd scale P51D Mustang in September. And then my airbrush broke. And at the end of September, or I think early October, not really sure anymore, I got my new airbrush. So I was able to finish this plate. Yeah, it's a €6 kit from Rebel. It's not great, but it's not the worst kit that you can get. Looking at you, 1950s Airfix kits. Anyways, nice kit. Nice little start for the quarter. And I got a new airbrush. Yay. Because I broke my old. Yay. And this model here is a 135th scale Willys Jeep. Now you might be wondering, Terps, that's not on your channel. Where's the video? Yeah, simple. This is a Jeep, or the model version from the Jeep of one of my best friends. See, in May, we were at a reenactment from my apartment. We were at a reenactment. And we drove there with a Jeep and a WC62 Dodge. Now, thing is, this Jeep is from my friend. from one of my best friends, actually. And he told me, or came to me after the reenactment, that it's like, Terps, you're building moddeds. You're doing great. I want our camp with the vehicles and the soldiers as a diorama. And I was like, okay, yeah. I have eBay on my phone. Opened up eBay, ordered the Jeep, and yeah, that's it. So why is the Jeep dirty? One of our more brain dead reenactors actually drove through, somewhat deep pile of water on the ground. And yeah, the water was, in a... It contained sand, okay? I don't know how to frame it right now. It contained sand. And then, the engine failed and the Jeep looked like this. I actually have a IRL pic, so you can see how the Jeep looked, and that all those streaks I made that go not from, up, down, or, not really in a 90 degrees angle downwards, are actually like this. Because many modelers say, yeah, you either have scratches from left to right, or when you have streaks, they always go down 90 degrees angle. But that's not true. I have the proof right here. And yes, the nice guy in British uniform in this Jeep is actually me. I just had to censor my face. Now we are going into November, the month where I probably built the most kits. Maybe. In November, I started with the ST-KFC 10, and then I continued with the Jagdpanzer 4. You have seen the videos of them. I don't really want to say anything except that I love the Jagdpanzer 4. Yes, the ST-KFC 10 is good, but it was a raffle rebox, I think. And Tamiya reboxed it, hopefully with some new technology. Maybe I give it another shot with Metatrax. But yeah, I love the Jagdpanzer 4, which was actually finished in December. And so now we are entering the December territory. And now the last model of the year, well, the official last model was the Jagdpanzer on the channel for videos, and the unofficial is this one. The WC62 Dodge from Italy. This is actually with the kit from, I think, 1982, with the 82 box. It's still flying around somewhere at my workplace. So yeah, this is also a vehicle of my friend Franco. He owns this one IRA as well. This one is part of the diorama. I mentioned we drove there with Jeep and truck, and that's the truck that he has. And that's why this picture is not taken, in my photo box or from my workbench. No, that's actually in his house, where it's resting now on a shelf. Until next year, when we are going to build a big diorama, which will be filmed, of course. Vehicles may have been not filmed this year, but next year we see the vehicles and the diorama. As well as an annoyed Franco, because I'm probably going to drink 1 or 2 beers during construction, because there is nothing better to do when the textures, mats, paints, whatever I'm going to use, are drying, and I have to wait. And now, for the end of the video, I will show you how my Word document looks for, the end of the year. We can see the months, then green is what I have planned to build and finish in this month, and blue is what actually was built but wasn't planned. I hope you can get it now. So, having a look, the Bismarck, the Hargo, and, nothing really. Those are the only models that I finished in time from my plan, which is actually up here. Yeah, so this is what I've built so far, I think. And this is the comparison between the OG plan and, what happened. As you can see, a Tiger 2, the Graf Zeppelin, Saint Chamond, Jagd Tigers, Hummel, even a Porsche 911, and so on. Everything was planned, but nothing really was finished. don't worry, this list is also made for 2025. And the next vehicle in 2025, maybe next week, or shall I say next year, is not going to be on the list. So we're starting the next year off great. One honorable mention this year is this Type 7C in 1/350 scale from Revell. It didn't make it to completion, sadly. It was a diorama that was ordered actually from me, so it would have been sold off to someone. This person is a subscriber and watching this video, hopefully. Yeah. RIP Type 7C. Next year, I will try it with another Type 7C, and hopefully then we will have an epoxy resin diorama on this channel, and the buyer will have a nice little diorama in his living room. And now, after my recap, some personal words and thoughts. First of all, thank you everyone for watching the videos this year on the channel. Thank you for everyone who clicked on it, who clicked on this video and made it this far to the back. Well, not back, but the end of the video. Thank you for sticking around and watching my journey of building model kits until my eyesight sadly vanishes. For those who don't know or haven't seen the first video ever on this channel, I have a disability that lays on my eyes, and maybe one day I'm completely blind, or at least so blind in, well, not really blind, but my eyes are going to be so bad that I won't be making models anymore. And that's why this channel is here. It's to keep track of my journey for building and to outlive me, to have something on the internet that a person with bad eyes did. Thank you everyone for watching and subscribing. I wish every one of you Happy New Year's. Celebrate it with your family or your friends, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Just celebrate it and have a nice start into 2025. As for me, I am now going to rest on my couch watching the evening program on television, eating some KFC, and we will see us in 2025 in the second year of Dresden Hobby HQ. Until then, goodbye.